This is Dan Shui. I'm here with Krista. Hey. The waving. It's instinctual. So this is a great place to go on the weekend. As you can see, it's really, really busy. And you can just kind of walk along the pier here. There are some beaches. We're going to go to the fishing wharf. And a lot of people come here on the weekends. It's a really big hot spot. You know, the air is cleaner. And there's just a lot going on. Some good shopping, Krista has told me, so we're going to check it out. You see some pretty weird shit at a public school in Taiwan. That is just too funny. This is my friend Gio and Amy's wedding. As you can see, it's kind of Las Vegas-esque. They're just lining them up here. How many couples we got? About a dozen couples. There's going to be some serious marriage going on with these today. This is efficient. There they are. Amy's in the blue. Looking magnificent. I like this guy because he's getting married in jeans. That's pretty badass. I'm in the Museum of World Religions, a museum created by Buddhists in the hopes of uniting all these different religious ideals, no matter what you believe. And I just started this museum. I just started walking through, and already I highly recommend it. The architecture alone is really beautiful. The layout is really simple and modern and very calming. It's by the same architects who did the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. And it's a must-see, definitely. The thing about sale signs, this means, well, the 8 means 80% of the original price. And what this sign is actually saying is look for these symbols on the side. If there's no symbols on the side, that means, you know, it would mean 80% off. But this symbol means if you buy one, it's 20% off. If you buy two, it's 30% off. So that's kind of how you interpret sale signs here. I believe what they're doing here is in those vats are fish. And they are literally fishing for fish that they then cook. Kind of a crazy idea for a business, but as you can see, it's some people here on a Sunday. So I'm going in for surgery today. I'm going to get 4 wisdom teeth taken out in one go. So I'm a little nervous just because it's Taiwan and you know, I don't know exactly what to expect to begin with, but my doctor speaks English really well, so medical tourism, it's the way to go. This is going to cost me remarkably less than it would in the States. In fact, just absolutely a minuscule amount comparatively. So here's the before picture. We'll see how much my cheeks get puffed up after this surgery. Join me, won't you? Okay. So which one is which?
This is the lower right. And this is the this is the left or right.
Oh, okay.
And this two is upper. I don't know which one is which one.
Wow. This is the after shot. I have gloss in my face and I'm full of epinephrine, so I can't feel anything here at all in my jaw. So it is quite an experience.
Okay, well I'm going to zoom in.
Alright, okay. So I was awake for the procedure, so they gave me about 2 shots of epinephrine per tooth. Which hurt, you know, a little bit, but it really wasn't like really bad. I don't think my pain tolerance is super high, but it wasn't super bad. And yeah, they started with the bottom tooth, and at first he started by cutting. He was really nice. He was a really good doctor. Like every just couple seconds, he's like, "You hurt? Anything? You hurt?"
That's good though.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's better that they're paranoid as opposed to like, all right, shut up and take it.
Yeah.
And so he at first started cutting, and then he used a drill to kind of get down in there.
Yeah.
So you heard a little, you know, but it was just like, it's just like being at the dentist, and I couldn't feel anything. It was the end that was like really freaky, because he's like, and he told me about halfway through, he's like, at the end you basically just have to pull. So I was basically using like these different kinds of pliers, and you hear, I can feel like that's my whole head is shaking because he's pulling so hard. I'm afraid he's gonna like, you know, hurt me some other way. And then you hear a sound in my head, you know, and the sound I would describe as like a tree being uprooted, you know.
Oh, like a suction almost.
Yeah, this kind of deep cracking, and I'm like, oh man, it sounds like it's pulling a big chunk of my head. So he did that one, and it went fine. And then the top one, this one was really easy. He said the top one is usually easier, and it took probably half the time. So this took like half hour, this took like 15 minutes maybe. Then he went over here, this bottom one was okay, and this top left one was really hard. He was just having the hardest time, had to drill several times. And at the end, what he ended up doing is so primitive, you know, you think like all these technological advances, but at the end he's like, I gotta chisel it. I was like, you gotta chisel it? He was like, yeah, it's not gonna hurt, but you're gonna feel a little jolted. So yeah, he had to chisel with a small hammer, and he actually had to break it off in 2 parts. And that was really freaky. And at the end, he was just like pulling for probably 5 solid minutes, and that was really the most nerve-wracking. But after that, you know, since I was awake for the whole thing, I just couldn't walk right out. And then I walk right out, and I see Julia, who just has tendinitis or whatever.
Yeah, ripped a tendon or something.
Yeah, and so we're both like a couple of cripples walking out of the hospital getting my drugs. But the whole thing, yeah, it's cost me 150 NT, which is the equivalent of $5.
You have to see your cheeks, because like you are really... Oh, see, you know what it's...
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so this is... I had surgery about 6 hours ago, and this is what it looks like after I took a little nap. The drugs are kicking in. I got codeine and amoxicillin, and I've been taking Tylenol, and actually the pain's already dulled down. So,
Perfect.
yeah, it should be good. So this is day 3. This is about as bad as the inflammation gets, but you know, it doesn't feel as bad as it actually looks. So, yeah, as long as you're taking the painkillers, it's fine. But you know, overall, I think it was a really good experience, and I'm definitely glad that I did it, because it cost me $5 US, and I got basically the exact same care that I would expect from any Western country. So, and the jowls give me an opportunity to work on my Nixon impression. I am not a crook. Yeah, it needs some work.